Was this game more about what the Bucks did or what the Nets did not do?
It's the Bucks. Skip, the Bucks are really good. These guys, their core group has been together for an extended period of time. Coddington understands his role. Everybody understands their role. Everything is built around Giannis. Giannis does what he does. And I tell you, Skip, he's going to have a phenomenal year. I mean, he got the easiest 32, 14, and 7 that we've ever seen. And he didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the floor. But he's Giannis, and he's feeling more confident pulling up with the jump shot. But when you look at it, Skip, they're a really good basketball team. He made 7 of 9 from the free throw line. This is a very good defensive team. I think Grayson Allen's going to help them an awful lot.
I would agree.
DiVincenzo hasn't come back yet. He's a ball.
It's the same role.
Right, yep. The same role. So now you get Allen coming off the bench.
I agree.
I think it's going to help them an awful lot. Skip, this is not a knock on Brookyln. KD got going in the second half, Skip. He scored 21 of his 32 in the second half. But the game really wasn't that close. I think the closest they got was probably about 7. It stretched as far as like 18, 19 at one point in time in the game.
Yep.
But I think the biggest thing is that the Milwaukee know who they are. They know what they want to do, and they go and do it. Skip, the thing is that Brookyln, KD is a big, but they're not a big team, and they're going to get, and that's what Milwaukee does. Milwaukee kills you on the glass. And they were without Bobby Portis, who's another big body guy that can offensive rebound and shoot. And so for me, this wasn't about what Brookyln didn't do.
Yep.
This is who the Milwaukee Bucks are. And Giannis, and I said it, Skip, and you take it, I think without Kyrie, the Bucks sets up very favorable in the Eastern Conference. Now, I think this is going to be nip and tuck. I think Miami's going to be really, really good. Obviously, we believe Brookyln and the Bucks, we know what they represent. But I don't really think it was anything that Brookyln didn't do. Okay. This was all about Milwaukee. Milwaukee is really good. Giannis is only going to get more confident. You seen him, he looked at that big old thing from Jason to Beverly Hills. He's like, I got one. He looked up to the rafters. I got one. Now, you unlocked him, Skip. He believes he can do all things.
Yep.
They've unlocked him because for the longest time, he's great regular season, but he can't do it in the postseason.
Yep.
He got knocked out here. He got knocked out there. You've unlocked him. You let him realize just how good he is. You got your hands full moving forward.
Okay, I got it. I hear you. I almost co-sign on everything that you just said. But I still believe, in the end, this was more last night about what the Nets didn't, couldn't, wouldn't do. What did you tell me yesterday? You suspected that the Nets would win this game because every time you have a ring ceremony, what traditionally happens to the home team? The ring team. That you just can't focus on the task at hand because you're still, your heads are in last year. You have to go back there. You've gone through this and you put the rings on and you're like, wow, we did that. And wait a second, the team that's favored to win it all this year is sitting there waiting for you on your home court. And you often lay a big old egg on national TV because you're not quite ready for that night. Right? Opposite happened. The Nets came out lifeless. They were disconnected. I don't know why. I can go Dr. Freud. I can go Dr. Phil. I can say that maybe the Kyrie pall is sort of hanging over this team, maybe especially on KD. KD was not engaged early in this game.
KD missed 3 free throws. He was 3 of 6.
He went LeBron. KD went LeBron. I've never seen
LeBron.
Like
he went KD.
He went 3 of 6 because he's a 90% free throw shooter, and I don't know what happened. But that's all you need to know is that he's just dinking and dunking free throws like they're just teetering around the rim. He didn't shoot them with any conviction.
No, but Skip, he missed some shots that KD normally makes. Even his jump shots, even right around the pull up and the fadeaway, KD normally knocks those down.
It was clear to me from jump that the home team wanted this game more than the visiting team. And it shocked me because I didn't see it coming. And I don't know, again, they feed off KD's energy, and his energy wasn't usual. So is it possible that he just wrung out from all the Kyrie madness that focuses back on him because everybody looks to KD for, what do you think? Are you going to be able to carry this team without Kyrie? And I'm sure the buzz will start now. They missed Kyrie last night. I don't think they missed Kyrie. Would they be better? Obviously, they'd be better.
Of course they would be better.
Of course they would, but I don't think they missed him.
But the guy, when you played for your team for a number of years, he saved them. This thing was about to get 30 to 40 had he not did what he did.
Patty Mills made 7 of 7 3-point shots.
Yeah, he did.
And the guy you've been all over, Joe Harris, at least he made 3 of 5 last night. And James Harden made 4 of 8 threes. And Kevin wasn't horrible from 3 because he made 3 of 7.
Right.
So I just gave you 4 guys who went 17 of 27 from 3. 3 starters and the super sub, right?
Yeah.
17 of 27 from 3, and it gave you a grand total for the night of 53% from 3. That should be good enough to keep you closer than you were. But you're getting battered on the boards. They ended up losing the boards by 10. And I give you that Nicky Claxton, he just is too light in the back end a little bit. You know, he's just a little too skinny to bang with Giannis or Brook or whoever it is because they were having a hard time fighting them off on the boards.
Right.
Okay, so before I go deeper into this game, I want to give your man Giannis this much credit. Early in the game, he had missed a 3. Doesn't bother him. And then he comes right back and he shoots. Can we see the second shot that he shot? Because it's just horrendously bad. It's like, Giannis, what are you doing? This is a little jumper. And it hits nothing but backboard.
Yeah, he missed the whole rim.
He missed the whole rim from like, what is that, like 10 feet maybe?
Easy 10.
Okay, 10 feet, and he misses nothing. He hits nothing but backboard. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It doesn't bother him a bit.
Because he came right back down the court.
He's got the greatest short-term memory I have ever seen because he has no shame in missing those shots like that. What great player, what MVP caliber player would go up from 10 feet, and is he 6'11", whatever we say, 7 feet. But anyway, he goes up and he's just got an uncontested little 10-foot jumper.
And he missed the ball to the left.
He goes wide left and hits nothing but glass. I don't know how you do that. But he comes back and he'll make shots. And he made 7 of 9 free throws. I was highly impressed by that because he got on a roll in the finals last year when you least expected it.
Did he make 17 or 19 in the final?
Yeah. He
in
was
the game 6?
and it seemed to carry over into last night. So I'm going to give you that much, is that he is as resilient a player as I've ever seen because he's kind of like in his own world. Nothing seems to, he doesn't live on the internet, so he doesn't get it. Like he doesn't seem to have the perspective of, ooh, I should be embarrassed about it. He's not embarrassed at all because he knows I'll come right back and I'll get it again. What did you say? He's been unleashed, right? You've let him out. And now he knows that he's that good. And so he's not going to question himself because he's going to come right back and get you.
Right.
Okay, now to your point about Kevin Durant scoring 21 in the second half. Slowly but surely, he snapped out of it. Slowly but surely, his numbers came up to where if you look at the final box score, the numbers for Giannis and KD, they're just about the same across the board, right? It winds up 32 to 32.
Versus 32 and 14 to 7.
Okay, so it's fairly close because Kevin came on like gangbusters over the third and fourth quarters. So if we could see what happened, this is sort of from 5 minutes down to 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. It looks like the game is over, but here we go with Kevin, and he says, I'm starting to cook here a little bit. Well, who can stop that? That's just vintage, right? Who can stop that, and who can stop this? Like, nobody can stop that. Okay, he had just made those 2 shots, and I'll give you, it cut it only to 14. The lead was 14. In today's NBA, with 4 minutes to go and a 14-point lead with this kind of three-point shooting, is it doable?
No.
Absolutely.
It's doable. It's very doable.
At that point,
more than likely would have got that team.
Okay, Patty is at that point 7 of 7, and Joe Harris got a fairly hot hand. James has got a hot hand, and Kevin is getting hot.
Right.
And guess what Steve Nash does with 4 minutes left? He pulls the starters. He just says, I give up, I wave the white flag, I'm done. We're pointing toward the next game. We give you this on your ring night, we bow down.
Right.
And Budenholzer wasn't ready to pull his starters at all because he left him in thinking, what's he trying to do here? He's trying to trick me?
Trying to okey doke.
Yeah, is this an okey doke? Because I was out of my mind. I tweeted about it because you can't give up on a game in this league, even in ring night in Milwaukee. You can't let that go because I had the feeling at that point, here they come. Could they have made it dicey for the home team?
I would let them go at least to 2 minutes.
Yes, just see what happens.
See if we can get into single digits with 2 minutes to go.
To your point, Connaughton kept making big threes, and maybe he would have made a couple more big threes for all I know.
I want to see him make them.
Okay, let's see it. Show me, right? So I was disappointed in Steve Nash because I did not get that.
Yeah.
And I would think Kevin was a little disappointed because he was finally getting his flow.
Skip, I don't know if I'm saying the guy's name right. That Jordan Nwora.
He was bombing them, too.
I mean, they steal the ball from James Harden, and he don't go for the layup. He goes to the three-point line and bangs the three. And I think that's what Steve Nash is. Okay, we good.
Okay, maybe it's your night. Okay,
Yeah,
I give it up.
We out.
Okay, I just wanted to see a good finish to the game, and I
Right.
think it would have been your basic barn burner if you'd let Kevin go.
But, I mean, when you get, Skip, you get Chris Middleton had 20, and Giannis had 32, and you got Allen had 10.
Yep.
Holiday didn't play but 18 minutes. He had 12. Cottington had 20. You got Nwora had 15. Skip, they deep. Skip, this is a
They're
very
very
deep.
good.
They're a very deep team.
I still say I give Brooklyn a slight edge, but only a slight one, because they were impressive last night, just as they were last year.
Yeah, Skip, I think Bucks are going to have probably the best record in the East, and so in order for your theory to come true, they're probably going to have to go through Milwaukee, just like Milwaukee had to go through Brooklyn in order to win it. They're probably going to have to go through Milwaukee. The Nets are.
Okay,
They're going to
remember, they went 7 games last year, and remember, Brooklyn won the first 2 and looked like they were on the way to winning the third one, and then this happened.
Yeah, Kyrie stepped.
And yet, you know what? It came down to Kevin's toenail on the line. His little toenail was on the line, or we might be having a different conversation. We would be having a different conversation.
But I don't know, Skip. They're going to have to get somebody this rebounding, Skip. You can't, because Milwaukee, they crashed the glass. And that's how they beat Phoenix. Remember, they were just killing Phoenix on the glass last year in the finals. And that's what they do. Giannis is going to Skip, you don't get 14 rebounds just by getting on the defensive end. You're getting some offensive rebounds also.
Well, if Chris Middleton gets 9, you're going to have trouble.
Yeah. Giannis had 5 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Killer.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.